your mind needs to be studied. Your mini crossword times are exceptional.
Matt, that means the world to me. I will say I don't think I'm brilliant, but I do think I'm really good at puzzles.
Is that it? Because your mind, though, retrieving those words, you are solving the minis in 30 seconds or less, Brooke. You need to get into Mensa.
What's Mensa?
Mensa is the society for people who have high IQs.
Oh, I don't think it's that, Matt.
I think it is,
I don't
Brooke.
know. I don't think it's an IQ thing. I don't know what it is. I think I just can recognize patterns really well.
Okay.
Because I'm also really good at Sudoku.
Oh, I hate Sudoku.
Yeah, I'm really good at Sudoku.
You can do it with a pen?
I can do it with a pen.
Whoa.
But I do have to do like the little numbers in the corner. That's how you do it.
Okay.
Like what numbers could possibly go in this cell. I'll put the little numbers up at the top. Like these are the possibilities.
So you kind of go outside the grid and then work inwards, if that makes sense?
A little
Okay.
maybe. But I don't know, like, I don't know if that's cheating or not, but like I do need to take notes.
Do you play any video games, like any puzzle video games?
Like on my phone or like...
Well, I don't know. Do you have any gaming systems?
I don't have any gaming systems besides that little Pac-Man thing.
Oh, that I gave you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you still playing Pac-Man
No.
or have we given that up?
I gave that one up, but if I see a machine, I'll pay my respect.
Yeah, you'll put your coin in the slot.
Yeah, I'll put my coin in the slot.
Patricia and I, we've been gaming a lot now. It's been like our new form of like, I would say like couples therapy, like, but it's bringing us closer together. We're playing Overcooked.
And what is Overcooked and what medium is it on?
So I think it's on like Steam, PlayStation. It's on like anywhere where I think you can get video games. And there's so many different versions of it, but we're starting on Overcooked 1. I bought Overcooked All You Can Eat, which is like the deluxe package.
Okay, sure.
So we work our way through it. And Overcooked is that you are tossed into a kitchen. And you have
kitchen games are back.
They are back.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's like, it's stressful. You have to really delegate responsibilities in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So usually I handle soups and I'm good at chopping vegetables. Sure. Patricia's good at cleaning dishes and serving up the orders. Sure. And you really got to pay attention to the orders. Sometimes they're fish, sometimes they're chips, sometimes they're fish and chips. I love making my onion soup. But, in the beginning, I thought like, we were going to get a divorce from this, but then we realized it brings us together.
Whoa.
You got to come over. I'm going to buy more controllers. And yeah.
Well, Brooke, you don't always have to be a star.
I know, but you do if you are going to be in the biggest boy band in the world. I gotten so worked up that I had thrown up on myself in my stroller. In my 14-year-old self, I said, those are hot men. And look at them now. They're like babies. That was kind of just like a casual interest, which I guess maybe a little bit more than casual. How many people could possibly play that game?
Maybe 6, 4?
Whoa.
I don't know. How many? I don't know what Nintendo Switch has like on the limits of controllers that can sync up.
And is it like a fancy restaurant you're working at?
It's so silly. No, there's sometimes you're in a traditional restaurant. Sometimes you're on ones that are on moving trucks. And there's like sometimes conveyor belts.
Okay.
Sometimes you're on an iceberg.
Okay.
Sometimes you're on a pirate ship.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really excited to give that a whirl.
I'm excited for you to try it.
Thanks. Let me introduce you really quick.
Oh,
yeah. Guys, Matt King, thank you so much for coming, Matt. You have been, I think, my most anticipated guest to have on Obsessed.
With like the Brooke fan base?
No,
or you?
In my personal opinion.
Thank you.
Because you are really the only... I would say, I was going to say straight man, but I think just man in general that shares the level of passion that I experience with these special interests.
I know. And I'm going to try to find that other straight man for you in your love life.
That you have always been. Matt has always been so supportive.
Oh, rooting for you constantly.
Of my journey.
And I'm keeping my eye out.
He
always
is keeping
for
his
you.
eye out. And I really, really appreciate it.
I do think about you and your love life like once a week, probably.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What is there to even think about?
Just hoping that you're going to find someone thinking of you all the time, pitching you. I feel like...
Have you pitched me recently?
You know what? Well, no, I haven't. I've been mostly pitching Mike Sheffer, but I guess I just haven't been around a lot of other straight single white men, you know? Sure. Why am I saying white? That's what I am. I mean, any race.
Yeah, any race.
What am I talking about? Where did that come from? But I have been debating though, like starting a what's it called, like collections or folder on Instagram, saving all the best pictures of my single friends, having a section for like the girls, the guys, and anytime I meet somebody single, I'll just give them the whole roster.
That could be nice, Matt, because you're kind of like the only one of your friends that are married except for Will and Arden.
You're right.
Yeah, so you have a lot of singles.
I think, Cody and Kelsey.
Cody and Kelsey, of course.
And their whole friend group, everyone's married, which we love. But yeah, it's been tough, like, I don't know, having other married couples to be friends with.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I love that you're thinking of giving back to the community.
Well, thank you, Brooke. I love geeking out about stuff with you.
That's really sweet. And I love telling you like what's going on in my dating life that doesn't exist, but you're always very supportive. My biggest thing in the world, Matt, is that the thought of bothering someone or like being any sort of nuisance, like it's unbearable to me.
Yeah.
Like in any capacity.
I even hate like having to book podcast guests and the mic's like, why don't you DM this person? I'm like, because I don't want to. I don't like, or I'm too embarrassed like that they're going to say no, they don't have time. It's just that rejection. I will message people and be like, can you come on my podcast? Like any day will work anytime. No, we record Wednesdays. Yeah, right. but like any day, anytime. I don't know what it is, but like I can't ask people for even like the smallest thing. Like even when I was young and like I would go on play dates and the mom was like, can I get you something to eat? I would be like starving and I'd be like, no. You cannot get me something to eat. Yeah.
It's like kind of sad.
Like Band-Aids too, or like I could be like bleeding out at a friend's house and I just couldn't ask for a Band-Aid.
Yeah, no, I also worry about this because sometimes when I'm on planes, like my biggest fear is that I'm going to have a medical emergency. But even if I was, like I wouldn't say anything.
What kind of medical emergency
I don't know,
are you worried
like,
about?
Having a heart attack?
Oh, yeah.
Like even if I was fully having a heart attack, I wouldn't say anything. Because I wouldn't want anyone to have to emergency land or anything on my behalf. And it's just embarrassing too. Yeah. But that's definitely a muscle I need to flex.
Of course.
But then if like somebody like reached out to me and asked me for something, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's totally, I'd be happy. Yeah. I'd be happy to do it.
Absolutely.
So I try to like put myself in that position, but I don't know what it is. It's like really, I can't fathom it.
Well, do you see a therapist?
I have my whole life. Sometimes it helps. It's helped me when I've had very, very specific like phobias. Like it helped me when I had like a public speaking fear. Like that was something very concrete we could deal with. And there were very concrete steps for us to take.
Goal focus.
But when it's more like generalized, like just anxious feeling, nothing works.
Oh. Let's just get to talk it out with somebody. I've just got back into therapy.
It is good. I love that.
Yeah.
Is it helping?
We've only had one session, but we're setting some goals. So it's like a goal focus oriented like approach to it. And it's like 30 minutes long. It's like on video calls, but like I already feel like a little bit better.
Oh my God, Matt, I love that. Is it just like regular talk therapy?
I think so. I don't know what's going to come out of it, but I like the guy.
Good.
Because my past therapist was like a woman and she was great and awesome, but like I started like having just this maternal like instinct to her, and like I just needed like some male validation or just a guy to be like, dude, buck up, like you got this handled, you know. I could never have a male therapist. Right. Well, hey, everyone has a different type of what they think works for them. Yeah, totally. I was just kind of thinking out loud there. That would be tough for me, but I think I'd like to try like a different kind of therapy, maybe like a more like OCD focused, like exposure type of thing. Do you have to like then find a whole new therapist who specializes in that? Because talking doesn't seem to be working. Okay. Like I feel like I have a really good like sense of awareness of what's wrong and I know what to do. Like I know the coping skills and I know how to rewire my brain to think a different way. I just actually can't do it. Yeah. It's like, no, I know what I'm supposed to be doing and how I'm supposed to be thinking. Can't. Do you read self-help books? No, I can't. You can't. I've had like a gripe with them, and it's not. I think they're great, and I know that they help so many people, and I wish I liked them. But I think my issue stems from like just when I was younger, and I always felt like people did not understand my anxiety, and they would just be like, "Oh, read this book," and that always just like reading a self-help book is just so like I get it. Just give me just the guide notes, just to summarize it up. I know I buy self-help books and I never read them, but I feel like me buying it is like helping me in a way where like I think by having this book, I'm gonna start thinking differently. But and
I started therapy when I was 4.5. So I have been around the block, and I feel like there's nothing else that anyone could tell me.
4.5? Oh, because you
that
thought...
was around 9/11.
You thought you did 9/11.
Or 5.
Right.
5, yeah. That's when I started. So I feel like there's nothing anyone could tell me that I haven't heard. So I think it's time to maybe do some.
When you're 4 going into therapy, are you like coloring or like playing games kind of stuff? Like, or are you just sitting down as a 4-year-old with like a glass of milk and like a juice box?
No,
like...
I have such a vivid memory of Dr. Brad, my first therapist. He did magic tricks with me.
Okay.
And he would pull, like he had this like little snake that he would pull out of his hand. And I was just like, this isn't helping.
Yeah. You're supposed to help my mind, not mess with my mind.
Me feel sick.
A little snake, like a fake snake, or was it one of those like crawly?
No, it was like a little toy, and I was like, honestly, like if like a messed up little girl comes to you and your first instinct is let me pull a snake out of my hand, like go back to school.
Yeah,
yeah.
Shout out Dr. Brad.
Shout out Dr. Brad. I'll never forget him. My first like creative piece of writing that I ever wrote was like a letter to my therapists, and there was like, I think I had been to like 15 different ones at this point, and I had like written a letter to each and every one. That was
handwritten. Just
I don't know why I needed to just share that right now.
Were you apologizing in the letters, or like just saying, "Listen,
no,
this is what I need," or was there a prompt, or was it your own? Just
yeah, it was for a class, and I think it was more so just like I remember this, and this about you, and that's really it. It was just like kind of like a little summary on each one.
Okay.
But that's what I remember my first creative piece to be about was all them.
Hey, I had that question for you. Do you think you could ever write a book?
I would love to. That's like my big dream.
I think you could. I mean, you consume books like no problem. You inhale books. I feel like you could just like fire one out. Do you think if you wrote a book though, it would be like its own independent thing, or do you think you have a whole series like you could hash out?
I think it would be its own independent. I think writing a series takes so much mental gymnastics. Like you kind of have to like plant the seeds like so far in advance, at least if it's a good series, in my opinion. Like A Court of Thorns and Roses, for example. ACOTAR, which is a great series in my mind. Like she's planting seeds in ACOTAR that have relevance like in the last book that like you don't even know.
Yeah, how does
like,
that work?
You
must just have to have like, note
map
cards
everything out.
Yeah.
So I think that I'm definitely not there yet mentally, but like in a perfect world, like that would be cool.
I think you could do it.
Do you think
I would read it?
Would you write a book?
Well, I couldn't write a book. I don't think so, but I would love to write a screenplay, and I'm actually starting on one with my brother. I'm so excited about. I wish I could tell you all about it.
I wish you could too.
I'll tell you about it at another time. I just don't want to reveal all the secrets.
Of course.
It's a rom-com. I'll tell you that.
That's what I want to write too, Matt.
It's a perfect rom-com. Well, I'll need your eyes on it.
I would
punch up this script.
That means the world to me, and I love that it's brothers working.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love Kevin.
My brother and I, we went on a walk and we planned out the whole movie, and I had never been in that like zone where just the ideas were coming, and we were just 100% on board about it. I'm so stoked. Yeah.
Do you have like a rom-com that's your like perfect rom-com that you're kind of inspired by?
When Harry Met Sally is like my favorite one. Have you ever seen the rom-com What If with Daniel Radcliffe, Zoe Kazan?
Yeah, because of you.
Did you like it?
I watched it with you.
Oh, did we watch it together?
I watched it at your house.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
This was like our first days of hanging out.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
I love that.
Yeah.
I don't remember much about it.
It was kind of like friends turn into lovers kind of situation.
Yeah.
It's the best cast. Highly recommend.
I love Daniel. Oh, I would love for you to see him in Merrily We Roll Along.
Merrily We Roll Along with him and
Jonathan Groff.
Yeah.
Is it a musical? That would mean the world to you.
Isn't that kind of an older musical, or did they adapt it?
Matt,
tell me about it.
Excellent question. It's an older musical. I forget when it came out, but a long time ago. And when it came out, it only lasted, I think it was 16 runs total on Broadway because it flopped that hard. Because a lot of Sondheim is like not accessible to the masses. Yeah, but especially this one was not accessible because it starts at the end.
Okay.
So it starts when they're all like, it's about 3 friends, and it starts when they're 40.
Okay.
And they don't speak. And then it takes you all the way back to like when they first met, and you see like what happened but told backwards.
Oh.
Yeah. So originally when it came out, no one even like understood that. I don't think. But now they did it in a way that is like so powerful and really comes across.
And it's just the three of them the whole time, or is there?
There's other people on the stage, but it's definitely them.
Okay.
The three of them. And they're all nominated for Tonys too.
Wow. Merrily We Roll Along.
Merrily We Roll Along.
Is that what Richard Linklater is making too?
Yes. Is Paul Mescal and who else is in it?
I just know that Paul Mescal replaced the guy from Everybody Wants Some.
Summer's finally here. That means more days spent outside at the park, on the beach, or in the pool. Make sure you're taking extra care of your hair this summer since sun, salt, and SPF can all affect your hair health. Now is the perfect time to start taking Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, with over 1 million people seeing thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding. Everyone's root causes of hair thinning are different, and Nutrafol has multiple formulas that are tailored to give your hair what it needs to grow throughout different stages. Physician formulated with drug-free ingredients, Nutrafol supplements support healthy hair growth from within by targeting root causes of thinning, including stress, hormones, and metabolism as they evolve throughout a woman's life. In a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after taking Nutrafol Women's Hair Growth Supplements for 6 months. With Nutrafol, building a hair growth routine is simple. Purchase online, no prescription required. Free shipping and automated deliveries ensure you'll never miss a day. See results in 3 to 6 months. Get results you can run your fingers through. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the code OWB. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code OWB. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code OWB.
That Jenner kid. Oh, I don't know, his last name's Jenner. He got replaced by Paul Mescal, which is, that's got to hurt. But this movie, though, is going to take how many years? Like 19 years to film?
Oh, Blake Jenner, he was in Glee.
Yes, but he got kicked out.
Yes. Okay, so now this is it now. It's Paul Mescal, Ben Platt, and Beanie Feldstein now, which is crazy. And they're going to film it over 20 years.
I'm wearing a Richard Linklater hat.
Oh my God, Matt, I had no idea. What else does he direct? Don't tell me I know.
A lot.
The Lost City.
No, he didn't. Richard Linklater directed The Lost City with Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock.
I really think he did.
No, he did not.
Lost City.
He directed The School of Rock.
Matt, I am telling you.
Scroll down, or it is not directed by Richard Linklater. It would be right there on
Okay,
the
well, yeah, it's not directed by Richard Linklater at all. I don't know where I got that per se. Richard Linklater.
He did School of Rock, Boyhood.
Hitman. I was thinking of Hitman.
Oh, Hitman. Did you see it?
No.
Oh,
did you?
Great. Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh, and Boyhood.
Yes.
Which makes sense now with the filming over time.
Have you ever seen the Before Sunrise trilogy?
I saw the first one.
And you didn't watch the other two?
No. You know, like, one of my fatal flaws is, like, I don't really like old romance movies. It's not old. The first one's 1995. The second one is 2005. And then the third is 2015. They did it like every 10 years, Brooke. The technology doesn't look that old. Did you like Boyhood? I didn't watch it.
You didn't see
I know. I'm a movie buff's worst nightmare because I love like heavy plot in movies.
His movies are more hangout movies.
Yeah. In movies, I need to be entertained.
Okay.
At all times.
But
and so that makes
romantic though.
I get it. And I love that in books, you know that. But for whatever reason in movies, it's like just entertain me. And in books, I want to be moved and I want to think.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll admit, like, I have horrible taste in movies.
Did you watch Magic Mike?
I didn't like it.
Oh.
But I do need to watch Magic Mike 2.
Oh, XXL?
I do need to watch Magic Mike 2 XXL because Matt Bomer is in it.
Who's that?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Matt.
Show me who Matt Bomer is.
You're going to see him and be like, oh, yeah.
You already have
Matt Bomer.
Oh, was he Superman?
No, he looks like Henry Cavill, though. He was in Fellow Travelers that just came out with Jonathan Bailey.
He's a good-looking man.
He's one of the best-looking men. He was in White Collar. He's the main guy in White Collar.
Is he also in, what's that movie that came out about Argyle? Is that him? Or is that the guy from Superman?
No, that's Henry Cavill, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but he very much is of that.
He's a good-looking man.
He's a great-looking guy. He's in Magic Mike 2.
Okay.
And he sings that song Heaven. And it's like,
Baby, you're all that I want. By Cascade.
And that is all I have been listening to for the past month is Matt Bomer's cover of Heaven from Mike.
Is he stripping and singing it at the same time?
So from what I've been able to gather on YouTube, because I haven't seen the movie yet, he is not stripping. He's just kind of broken out into song in a moment among friends. And also like some women are there too. And it's just kind of like, let's have fun.
Love it.
Yeah. He's got a great voice. He played, you didn't watch Glee, did you?
No, I mean, I dabbled with Glee. I went to the guy's house from Glee one time.
Which?
The one who died.
Oh, Corey Monteith?
Is it like the main guy with Leah Michelle?
Oh, yeah.
But it was his house after he died. He didn't die in the house, but I went to a Halloween party at his former house.
What were you doing there?
It was like a party for some app who was hosting a Halloween party.
Whoa.
But yeah, it was his house.
Damn.
I know. Spooky.
Miss him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Definitely. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and moving on. How was Vampire Weekend last night?
Oh my goodness, Brooke. Well, it had been 4 years since I had 4 years and 8 months since the last time I saw Vampire Weekend. And I loved their new album, Only God Was Above Us. And it was magical. It truly was. I was so happy. And they played Prep School Gangsters, which is my favorite song on the album. And a lot of Vampire Weekend fans are really obsessed with what the set list is going to be because you never know what kind of songs you're going to get.
Is it different every concert?
It varies a lot. It's almost like, you know how like Taylor Swift will put out a song that's like unique for every show?
Yeah.
Similar to that. And I was looking at the data analytics with like the hardcore fans who were making spreadsheets showing which songs they weren't going to play or were going to play or had played. And they played Prep School Gangsters.
And that's from the new album.
Mm-hmm. And I was really happy I got to witness it because I was wearing a shirt. And what's awesome is that the fans of Vampire Weekend, they let any of their fans make their own bootleg merch, and you can make money making Vampire Weekend stuff. So there's always really cool shirts coming out. And there was one a guy made of Rushmore, the Wes Anderson film. Have you ever seen that movie? Oh, you need to. Jason Schwartzman. So great. Bill Murray.
That sounds like one that
it's one of my favorites.
That would be a question mark for me.
And they put just the shirt, all of it together. Fans were coming up to me, like of Vampire Weekend, not of me, but like, awesome shirt. I'm like, I hope they play it tonight. And they did.
Matt, I'm so excited for you.
It was really great. I feel like I drank too much though last night.
Okay, you were having fun with your favorite band.
I was so nervous. Like when you're about to like go see somebody who you love and enjoy so much, and it's a concert, you're gonna drink. You're just like your nerves are like, give me alcohol, because I just had to calm myself down.
I get stage fright on their behalf.
Yeah.
I one time threw up before Darren Criss went on stage at How to Succeed in Business.
I was in How to Succeed in Business.
Who'd you play?
I played Bud Frump.
Oh my God, Matt, that's so exciting.
I play it the company way. Whatever my uncle thinks, I think so too.
I very much see you in that role in that play.
Thank you.
But I was so nervous for him that I was completely sick in the bathroom of the theater.
Who did he play?
Frank. Or is that the main guy?
Yeah, the main guy.
Yeah, I'm kind of fuzzy on
who played Rosemary.
Rosemary. I don't remember anything besides Darren Criss.
Daniel Radcliffe also
he originated that.
Well, Robert Morse.
He originated the revival of it.
I'll let you have that.
The revival of it.
Yeah. Was Michael Urie in that?
Brandon Urie?
Michael Urie. You know Michael Urie.
I don't think I do. But Brandon Urie was in something. What was
Brandon
he in?
Urie? Oh, we're talking about Panic at the Disco.
Yeah, but
guy?
he was in Broadway on something.
Oh, he was.
I think Waitresses.
Waitresses. Or Waitress.
Michael Urie.
Michael Urie?
Yeah.
Michael Urie was in Ugly Betty, and he is a Broadway actor.
Michael Urie, surely. I do know him.
But I think he was also in How to Succeed as well. Are you going to see any other shows while you're in New York, Brooke?
I'll only be there for 2 days.
Oh, okay.
So no.
I was texting you.
Oh, yeah. What were you texting me about?
You should see Cole Escola's Mary Todd Lincoln. They are so funny.
I don't know anything about it.
It's about Mary Todd Lincoln.
Right.
And it's a riot. I haven't seen it, but you're just going to be in New York and you should see it.
I know. I want to go back and just see like a week of shows because I have an issue where it's like, oh, I'll see one show and then I'll just go back and see the same show.
Are you splurging on like good seats? Like what?
I did for the last time I went when I saw Merrily We Roll Along for the second time. I had to splurge for the front row.
Front row.
Because of Jonathan's spit. I needed access. I needed access to that on my body.
Just like having like paper cups, like collecting
I was like putting my neck out. Like
the splash zone.
Yeah, I was in the splash zone. And then For Little Shop of Horrors too, I splurged on second row because that was Darren Criss when I went.
Seymour, feed me Seymour.
Yeah. What's crazy is the trifecta of Seymours is Jonathan Groff, Darren Criss, Andrew Barth Feldman.
That's your that's Father, like, Son, Holy Spirit.
That is my Deathly Hallows.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really, really special.
Do you like Les Mis?
Love Les Mis.
I was in Les Mis too.
What were you in Les Mis?
I was part of Thenardier's gang.
Who's the Thenardier?
Thenardiers? Isn't that how you say their name?
I don't know, but is that who Aaron Tveit played in the movie?
Watch them run amok, catch them as they fall. Never know. They're like the barkeep.
Oh, you're working in the barkeep?
Well, I was like out on the town pickpocketing people.
Okay, you were in that.
Yes, and then I was that in the first act, and then I am. Well, is it the first act? I don't know where I was in the show, but then I was also in the the La Resistance.
Of course, you were in La Resistance.
I was the first one to get shot.
Oh.
But it was so.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's the guy. That's Aaron Tveit's character too that I'm thinking of.
But I didn't sing. I didn't have a main role. I was just like shot in the first battle, and it was great because I didn't have to do any of the other scenes for the rest of the musical. And the theater teacher forgot like I had died. And
oh, that's always nice.
It was great
to be able to kind of sit back and relax backstage when everyone's out there. I saw on TikTok this like young theater troupe of young boys doing Les Mis.
I saw you repost this.
Yeah, of course. It had like 6 likes. And
Marius, you're no longer a child.
And I'm like, if my son is not in like a young boys troupe of Les Mis, like I'm not interested. Like I'm sending him back. Like
you'll pull him out of school just to go find
Les Mis time.
Production.
Like I need that. It like warms my heart so much to see those young boys embracing that side of themselves in a production like Les Mis, no less.
Oh. I know. My brother and I, we had tickets for it when it was in town. And we were so excited. We were going to get baked out of our minds and go to Les Mis. Brooke, I'm pulling into the hardware store because I had to pick up something for our house. I get a call from the Pantages Theater and they say, we're sorry. There's been a fire at the Pantages Theater and we'll refund you your ticket, but we will not be doing a show for the next 2 weeks.
Where's the Pantages Theater?
It's like on
in LA?
Hollywood. Yeah.
Wow.
It's where like all the traveling musicals that come.
I haven't been to a musical here and I'm like scared too.
Don't get the back seat at the Pantages Theater.
Okay.
You will not hear or see a thing.
Okay. Good to know.
Me, Patrick, Corny, and Patricia, we were really drunk and we thought, oh, let's buy Hamilton tickets. Let's buy the cheapest seats we can. It was awful.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. I have not had good luck with touring shows.
I don't like them either.
I think, and I also like only go to touring shows when I'm already like obsessed with the show.
Yeah.
So it's like I've usually seen it on Broadway, like very familiar with the original cast, and like it never.
Yeah, I walked out of Moulin Rouge.
Really? I've never seen Moulin Rouge.
Don't. Oh, well, don't see the movie. See the movie.
I want to watch
the movie. Is amazing.
Yeah.
The musical is like, I don't know. They're put in like Walk the Moon, Shut Up and Dance with Me.
I could see myself kind of loving that though.
I don't know. I think because you fall in love with the original soundtrack, which Moulin Rouge is a jukebox musical, but the mashups are beautiful in the movie. But in the musical, they like use some stuff, but they switch it all up and modernize it. It's just, I'm not into it, Brooke.
Okay. That's good to know, Matt. I'll keep that in mind. Okay. The reason we're here is because I want to talk to you about what you're obsessed with.
All right.
And I want to give you the floor. I will say that you have gotten me into one of my favorite obsessions, which is the crossword.
Yes.
I owe that to you.
How have you been doing this week?
I have been going back into the archives.
Yes.
And doing all of the Wednesdays that I can get my hands on.
How many years have you gone back? Oh, wait,
I'm in 2022 right now.
You're doing
I'm doing
Wednesdays?
the Wednesdays right now, Matt.
Oh.
Yep.
Nice.
I would say every other I'm doing auto check towards the end, but every other I'm also getting it all.
Yeah, I feel like I'm have done all the Mondays back to like 2014.
Yes, I did
it's
too.
been 10 years.
But now the Mondays I'm like
easy.
I need a little bit more of a challenge now. And I didn't know this. Sunday is equivalent in difficulty level to a Wednesday. I thought Sunday was the hardest.
Well, Saturday is the biggest and longest time-consuming one. Which, have you solved a Sunday?
Yes, because it's not. It's long, but it's the same difficulty level as a Wednesday.
Right. Yes. But
I have solved a Sunday on my own.
Wow. Just one or multiple?
No. Multiple, but just one without using auto check at the end.
Brooke, I've only solved one Sunday in my entire life, and I have it framed in my house.
As you should.
Yeah.
I am like, I can't stop. And it's getting in the way of my reading too. I haven't been reading as much because
you're just cracking away on the crossword.
Because I can't stop cracking away at the crossword.
I'm stuck on the Wednesday from yesterday.
That was hard.
Yes, it's this old man one.
Sometimes I do cheat a little in that I
Google what you think it could be.
Yeah. I'll be like, oh, it's not cheating if I Google the definition of this word because I don't know this word. It's not fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair because if I knew the word, I'd be able to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just do it let's just Google it.
Are you really cranking for the time, trying to beat it, getting it as low as you can?
Not with the Wednesday.
Okay,
I'm not. With Monday, yes, I'm trying to crank for the time. But on Wednesday, it's just about getting to the end without using autotext.
As a kid, did you like crosswords? Were
Never
you into
did
them? Oh, never did. Have you ever seen the documentary called Wordplay?
No, tell me about it.
It came out in, I think, early 2000s. So it's kind of older looking, but it's a great documentary. They go to the national tournament of crosswords where all of the people compete. They're given the puzzles and they compete for time and they try to find the best crossword solver of the year. And they interview so many different celebrities. They interview the editor of the crossword, Will Shortz. They talk to Jon Stewart. And it's so cool following all these different types of people around the world who are just gifted at doing crosswords.
I would love to be a part of something like that one day.
You could enter. We could enter.
Yeah.
Would we make it to the end? Maybe not.
No.
At the end, Brooke,
There's got to be different levels.
You have to do it on a dry erase board in front of all of these people watching it. And I'm not spoiling anything, but there was one guy who solved it and everybody was rooting for him. And he thought he solved it, capped his pen, was like, I'm done.
Typo.
He missed one square.
That's horrible.
Crushing.
That is crushing.
Do you guys do the crossword?
We just did one a couple weeks ago with Brooke on the podcast.
We did the Wednesday.
Yeah.
Collaborated.
We collaborated.
Yeah.
How did we do on time?
Probably bad.
I think it was 37 minutes.
Did we do?
That's good.
Did we get it without? But it was really hard.
It was
and
a tough
four
one.
Of us.
Yeah.
Well, really five, honestly. I was helping
It was
too.
the full room helping
It was
out.
really the full room, but it was this one was very clue focused, and we couldn't really figure out the clues.
Right.
Well,
so
I guess
as it goes. Yeah. Oh,
no, like punny.
Oh.
You know when they're in italics with the question mark?
I hate it when it's. I love a good question mark, but when it's in italics, I'm like, what is this?
We couldn't figure out what the theme that they were going for was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we struggled there.
I hate a Rebus.
We completed.
A Rebus?
We did.
Yeah.
What's a Rebus?
You've been doing the crosswords this long and you don't know what a Rebus is?
Yep.
Okay, bro. A Rebus.
Glad you asked. Yep.
A Rebus is when there's 2 letters in one square.
Oh my God. My friend was just telling me about this. I've never seen this.
How have you not come across
But
this?
is it-
You know it's on the keyboard, right? You have to go to more and then click Rebus and then have to type it in.
What days do they have Rebus-I?
Maybe Fridays.
I've never done a Friday.
Maybe there's one Rebus a week.
I've never done a Friday.
Oh.
I've never tried a Thursday, Friday, or Saturday.
I'm gonna do the Thursday today. I'm
Okay.
very fired up. I've gotten Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday done.
There's a Rebus button on your phone.
I'll show you.
Show me the Rebus.
Well, it's on the keyboard, so you click more
Yeah.
and Rebus.
Let me see.
Well, I'm doing it again. More, and then you click Rebus, and then the square turns into a bigger one, and then you type 2 letters.
What's the point of that? Just because they got lazy and couldn't figure out how to make it fit?
It's a puzzle.
Oh.
I think it's because you'll start going nuts. You're like, this is the word. There is no way that this is misspelled. You think that they did something
Right.
wrong.
And then it turns
It's
out
the
being a Rebus.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Neither do I, Brooke, but that's the way of the game.
Mm-hmm. How is your ACOTAR journey going?
Finished it. I finished the first book.
Me too.
Okay. Izzy, did you finish?
Yeah.
What did we think, Izzy?
It's really good.
Yeah.
Everyone was saying the first one's really bad.
So I've heard.
So it took me a while to open the book
Sure.
itself. I thought it was so good.
I was vibing with it, Brooke. Oh my goodness. The way at first I was a little apprehensive.
Sure.
One, I didn't know it was about fairies. I thought it was about samurais.
Where'd you get
Because the
samurai?
cover of the book looks like a samurai
I
book.
see where you're coming from.
It looks like I'm going to read Shogun or something.
Yeah.
I'm going into some samurai
Yeah.
battles. I'm going to be in far,
not samurais.
old ancient Chinese times, man.
Yeah.
But no, there were fairies. Mm-hmm. And I ended up falling in love with the world.
Of course.
What I what I do sometimes to like really get me into a book is I'll search for a playlist on Spotify that somebody has made, inspired by the book.
Yeah.
So I was playing like all this like fantasy flutes and ocarinas, all of that. And
I love to picture you listening to that.
I was in the zone.
Yeah.
And I was vibing with it. There was one point where I was like, I don't know if I really am gonna stick with it.
Really? Can I ask what point?
I think they just hadn't had sex yet, and I was like, when is this gonna happen? I just wanted.
Is that what you're in it for?
I want some smut, yeah. But I heard that like in the smut in the first book, from what I've read, not that spicy.
Oh, Matt, you have no idea.
I got like
what's
sweaty
coming.
palms from it.
You
so
did,
I'm a little
Izzy?
nervous. Yeah.
But I know it gets good because I was on my honeymoon with my lovely wife Patricia, and
Which book was she reading?
I don't know because it was on her Kindle. And she handed it to me. We're out by the pool, just relaxing in the sun, hands me the Kindle and goes, read this. And I just read one page and I looked at her and I go, do you want to go to the bedroom? Yay! It was great.
It was probably the last one, Matt.
Probably. I was really concerned in the beginning if they had penises.
Well, yeah, like what you'll learn, and I think people are like hesitant about the fairy of it all. They're really just humans with just elevated beauty and senses.
Okay, and I'm sorry if I didn't pick it up while reading. Are their wings like insect-like or are they fleshy? Like
no,
they're
membranous.
That's even grosser.
No,
what is it?
I promise it's not.
Like okay,
when you kind of get into the weeds of it, it's not gross.
What's the texture of a membranous?
Like a bat.
That's a little nasty. I just wish they could like put them on and take them off.
You're gonna change your mind.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
some people might be able to.
Okay.
Some people might be able to.
And what's the next one that I am?
The next one?
Wait, you're telling me they can take off their wings?
I'm telling you that there might be some things that you can do.
Okay.
Yeah, or that some people can do with their wings. But there's a lot to the wings. There's one thing about the wings that I think will surprise you, and I think you're going to love it. You're going to end up loving the wings.
Is it sexual as well?
There's one sexual thing about the wings that I think you're going to like. There's a part about wing play that I think is going to resonate with you, Matt.
So, well, without spoiling anything, why is the second one going to be better?
I can't tell you.
Okay. The second one will determine if I am going to continue this journey, though.
The second one is my favorite book.
It's A Court of
Mist and Fury.
Mist and Fury.
Mist and Fury.
Mist and Fury. Okay.
And you will see, like, pretty soon why it's about to go in a completely different direction.
Is this the green one or the blue one?
The green one.
Okay.
Yep.
I have to buy it. Do you you're a Kindle girly?
Sorry,
I've been calling you a girly. I'm
No,
calling you
that's
iPad girly,
That's
Kindle
totally
girly. You're a woman.
I would have said, I'm a Kindle woman. I would have said before that I'm a paperback woman, just because I love having my books to be able to see all of them, like,
Yes.
and like show what I've completed.
It's a conversation piece.
But now that I'm like so obsessed with Goodreads, I've really found that like that's enough for me to show what I've completed is like logging a book on Goodreads. So now I feel comfortable enough to pretty much just stick to my Kindle because my Goodreads really shows.
What's your ranking on Goodreads right now?
Oh, let's look. Probably bad because I've been so bad at reading.
How often do you check this?
Often.
You're not my friend. You're friends with my mom, Brooke, on Goodreads, but you're not friends with me.
Yeah, I love Cindy. Yes, I am. I'm the 13th most followed right now.
Wow.
And the 10th best reviewers because I can't figure out how to add you, Matt, because
It's the
this
worst
site
designed site, app, everything.
Yep.
Learn from Letterboxd. Letterboxd is pretty good, I think, about like organizing reviews and stuff.
Well, you know that I want an app that's both Goodreads and Letterboxd and like more social.
Yeah, just a whole like
Just
rating
a whole
app.
rating like things that you're consuming.
Who is number one? Are there famous people
Yep.
on Goodreads?
Number one is Frida McFadden, who wrote that book that everyone's obsessed with, The Housemaid.
Oh,
This
you
is this
don't
month.
like The
I don't like
Housemaid.
that book.
We read. I read The Only One Left by.
Oh, Riley Sager.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that one?
I agreed with your review on it. I felt like it was good, but
It was entertaining,
I like
but
the
bad.
world. I like any type of book where there's a house on a cliff, on a cliff, and it's the seas are roaring.
Yeah, of course.
I love that.
That one was just like the first plot twist. I was like, oh, yay, fun. And the second plot twist, I was like, okay, yay. And then by the 18th plot twist, I was like, you've gone so far from where we started that like you've lost me completely.
It felt like identical to another book I read too. Oh, like Hidden Pictures. Did you ever read that one? Not worth your time.
Stephen King is the #1 most followed person of all time on Goodreads.
Oh, my uncle.
Your uncle Stephen King?
You didn't know that?
You're fucking with me.
I am fucking with you.
And then Colleen Hoover and then Bill Gates.
Colleen Hoover. Do you and Colleen Hoover still have like correspondence?
Well, this was in 2020 because I've opened up that I really loved Colleen Hoover in high school and the beginning of college too. So in 2020, she followed me on TikTok and I was like, oh my God, like, hello, Colleen. And I DM'd her. And this was when I had quit teaching preschool. And before I was like really had blown up on TikTok or anything, but she did follow me. So I was like, I had like 100,000 followers or something. And I was like, hello, like if you need like a personal assistant or anything, I'd be like so happy to do that right now. And she was like, oh, but then I wouldn't be able to see your funny videos. And I was like, well, yeah, you would. But also that was a nice way to reject me. But
I was actually with you one time where I DM'd Colleen Hoover and she did respond.
I love that for you because you read Verity.
I read Verity, but you had one of her books and I was like thinking about starting it and I sent her a picture of like me reading it. I was like about to start this book. I'm about to read one of your books for the first time. And she replied, oh no. It was like a blue looking one.
Oh, maybe it was
anyone else
all your perfects or something. I haven't read a Colleen book in quite some time. But
after Verity, I was like, I get it.
Verity was fun. I would love if she did another thriller.
That felt like the only one left too.
Yeah, like spooky isolated home.
Yes.
I love a spooky isolated home.
Me too.
Okay. Oh, how's your book club?
I'm really upset with my book club right now.
Walk us through it, Matt.
Very upset. The name of our book club is the Oxford Commas.
Of course. And I know that's a Vampire Weekend song.
It is.
Yep.
It is one of their first hits. And, okay, well, we have gone through many books and it just seems like every time it's my turn to pick, nobody wants to read the book. And I'm hurt. We haven't met in now a couple months. Well, also because Will was getting married and so he had other responsibilities. But the book I picked, which you recommended for our book club.
What was it?
The Silent Patient. I loved it. Nobody has read it.
You're kidding.
And I'm just like...
Who's in the book club now? You, Kevin, Connor...
And that's it.
Not Connor Franta.
Connor Franta.
Oh, that's it, because Mike was asked to leave.
Yeah. He had to dip out. We kind of kicked him off.
Yeah.
He
wasn't reading. Totally
I'm about to kick everybody off and
totally
just start new because I just would like for them to.
And that's a quick one, too. There's really no excuse.
Right?
Yeah. I would be frustrated,
I'm not assigning really hard books here, Brooke.
I would be frustrated, too.
They're easy.
Yeah. I was going to ask if you were picking like super academic ones.
It seems like that's what they're picking.
Yeah, it does. Because what did you guys read before this?
Oh, we read, actually it was Crying in H Mart.
Okay, but there was something that I was like, whoa, that's like a heavy one.
Giovanni's Room?
Yeah, something like that.
And Joan Didion, Play It As It Lays. Yeah, and those were all their picks.
Yeah.
Those were challenging. Yeah. That felt like schoolwork.
Yeah.
I'm giving you an easy, beachy read.
Yeah, you really are giving them a gift and they're not.
And now they're like, maybe we should just like pick another one. And I'm like, what?
Oh, I would be pissed.
I know. I'm trying to be as passive aggressive as I can in the group chat.
Good. I love that. I met the sweetest girl last weekend and she was telling me about her book club and there's 7 of them and they each pick a book at the same time.
Okay.
So they're all 7 of them are reading separate books and they're all highlighting. They all get assigned a color. They're highlighting in their color and taking notes and then they pass their book.
Oh, like a sisterhood of traveling
to the next book.
Thing.
And so then everyone has a book and they're looking at the person before them's notes and highlights. And then they keep passing it down until all 7 of them have read all 7 books with each of their notes. And you can tell whose notes are whose because it's color coordinated and everything. And then at the end, they go over all the books and like rank their favorites and they do a whole like big getaway. And like it takes longer, but it's like,
I love that.
Isn't that the sweetest thing you've ever heard?
I wish my book club would do something like that, but I don't think anybody would pass the book on.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to make sure with that kind of book club that people are on it.
Are you in a book club?
I have like a very like loose book club with my friends from home where it's kind of like one of us will be like, oh, I'm reading this book.
whoever wants to read it with me. And then a lot of the time we'll all read it together, but it's not like really strict monthly. Yeah, structured.
You should start your own book club.
I know. We need to do an obsessed book club. I need to figure out how that would.
Emma Roberts, Reese Witherspoon, Oprah, they all have them.
I know.
Making them tons of money.
That is my dream, actually, to have a sticker.
A sticker. Brooke's book club. Would it be Obsessed Book Club?
No, I have a name. Should I just put it out there? Brooke Shelf.
Love it.
Because I feel like what was the other one that's like too much of a layup? Brooke Club. Brooke Club was like too easy. Brooke Club is too easy, but Brooke Shelf, on the other hand, that's taking it to a completely different level.
Brookworm.
Oh wait, I like that.
Brookworm, and it has like a little worm on it, and like, that could work too.
Well, it could be Brooke Shelf, and then the community could be the Brookworms.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm addicted to it. But that would be my dream, as a sticker. But I don't know how to do. How would you do a book club in podcast form? Like, how would you communicate with others?
Ooh.
Or is it really just like I talk about it and you guys listen? Which I
think you should do like your final like review of the book, and then at the end you say, now the book for this month is this book.
Yeah.
Go read it. So then that's what keeps it circulating.
Right.
How did Emma Roberts do hers?
I don't know.
It just like an Instagram account, and she was like, this is what it is.
I honestly think that's really the most you can do, and there's like a big book club.
Maybe
is like just read this book.
Live stream it too. You could like do that as like a Twitch thing, and like, people come in, and then like you can I don't know, bring in different people into the chat.
I always get scared when someone asks to join.